back to my Astroimaging channel. Quick little thing here, let's look at our conditions for tonight. As you can see, we are at approximately 9:30, so getting into that time where it's going to be good imaging. We've got dark skies, the moon's not coming up until later in the morning. Seeing's not the greatest, we're seeing average. Transparency's average, and cloud cover is clear. And looking up, I don't see a cloud in the sky, so the observation here is looking good. If we look at our photographer's ephemeris, we do now, you can see the astro end at 10:30. That's going to be the best time to start imaging. But we got some time. It's 9:42, so we got a little time to get going and get some images in. So we're good there. So let's go over here to our polemaster and let's get this thing polar aligned. I would not have expected that. That's about as good as I can get it. Alright, let's go finished. We should be polar aligned. So let me disconnect. Close this guy out. I'm going to do a quick Star Sense auto align. Okay, the auto align has completed. So now let's see if we have anything connected. Got the auto guider. Should have my camera on there. That should be there too. Hopefully, let's see if we can get Stellarium to connect. I would have to say that's pretty well in focus. That is awesome. I'm just going to be curious, can I get to Jupiter? Oh my goodness, look at that. Well, at least I know I can see it. I'm going to have to play around another night.
Alright, so let's get SGP loaded. First thing we want to do is make sure our angle is right. So we're going to open up an image that we previously took. In this case, I'm going to use M51. Now we're going to want to open up the plate solver. And the only thing needed here is the scale and the name. The scale can be obtained from the other settings you used. Here I get an angle 81.1. I'm going to go back into our preferences and we're going to put that in to our settings. Alright, now we're going to use the framing and mosaic wizard. Going to look for the object. Then just drag a box around the object that you want to look at, an image. Try to center it as best I could. We're just going to add it to the existing sequence. I'm just going to delete that. Created a new sequence. That's okay. I'll go over a lot of these other settings in another video. But for now, let's just get through these. Select a sequence to run, your exposure, ISO, how many times you want to repeat that. Just making sure the rest of these things are right. Should never change simply because I only have one setup. Apologies for the sniffles, I'm fighting off a little bit of a cold. Now I'm going to set up, basically do the same thing for M27. Okay, so now we've started the sequence. Slowing to the reference frame. Initial image. Okay, it's got the file downloaded. Running a plate solve. Okay, this is taking way longer than I expected. Let me stop it. And let me see if I can figure out what's going on. Okay, finally broke out of that. Let's see if we can figure out why. Like the title said, first time using it. Gonna have to do a little, oh, what's the word? Investigation. Okay, so I made a couple of tweaks to the sequence. Those shouldn't really affect anything. So let me look at the settings. Let's try bumping up that exposure a little bit. 10 seconds should have been fine for the plate solve. But let's just try it. Interesting. Looks like I lost my connections. Alright, let's try reopening the sequence. Okay. Still running. Solver failed. Why? Don't like that the screen is gray. That reference image. Not seeing any stars. Let's see if we can figure this out. It failed again. Alright, I'm going to have to do a little research. I'll be back when I'm done. Alright, so I've bumped up the exposure and the ISO and just not seeing the stars. So I'm willing to bet this thing's going to fail again. Yep, it failed. Alright, more research. And that's a new error. Solve might be bad. Okay. Well, back to doing a little bit more research. But, you know, if you're like me, these are the things you kind of enjoy, trying to figure out these little things. So let's pause and we'll be back. Okay. Well, tonight was pretty much a bust. After going through settings and different things, just couldn't get the SGP to work. So as far as SGP Attempt, it was a fail. So I salvaged the night. I ended up switching over and using BackYardEOS and at least captured some data. The resulting image is on the screen now. Not the greatest, but data is data. Once I get some other stuff working, at least I got some stuff to work with. So with that, I will wish you a good evening, clear skies. Thanks. And if you wouldn't mind, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Have a good one.